Greetings, comic friends. It is Wednesday, therefore it is time for TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday, the best day of the week, new comic book day. So we have it's a pretty healthy week. There's just a lot of stuff that came out today, but it all looks it all looks. I'm excited about all of it, so I can't really complain too much. I take that back. I'm not excited about all of it. Uh, we'll start with that. Though I will say, Rorschach. This is Rorschach 8. I'm actually warming up to it a little bit. It's not fantastic. Would I rather have not picked it up at all? In the long run, probably yeah. But I feel like it is starting to go someplace a little bit more. So I'm kind of okay with it. Fantastic Four number 32. This I picked up the variant cover of this because it's Momoko and it's beautiful. So this is getting into, I believe, the wedding of Doctor Doom. So I'm curious to see what that's about. I always love Doom stuff. Fantastic Four is it's always better when Doom's involved. So not that Fantastic Four hasn't been great. It has been good. I think it is an underrated book. But it's Doom. I love Doom. Heroes Reborn number 2. I really liked the first issue of this. I do love alternate reality stuff, especially when it comes to known universes like the Marvel Universe. There's some fun mashups in here, Doctor Doom and Juggernaut, and some other ones and whatnot. I read the first one. I decided not to go in super hard on this. It's real tough. After I read that first issue, I kind of want to get all the miniseries on this because this seems like such a fun world, but I'm not going to do it. But I'm very excited for this. It seems like it's going to be a fun series. I'm curious to see where it goes. I did, however, let me find it here. There we go. I am getting Peter Parker, the Amazing Shutterbug, just because it's a Spider-Man tie-in. But I didn't get, let's see what else, like the Hyperion one came out. I don't know if there was others because I didn't get them, but I am going to get that. But yeah, so far, Heroes Reborn, better than the original Heroes Reborn, but that's not hard. Maniac of New York, number 4. Again, I think this is one of those indie titles that maybe some people are sleeping on a little bit. I think it's going to be huge? Am I talking about spec or whatever? No. I don't think it's going to be big like that. I just think it's good. My main focus on getting comics is getting stuff to read, to enjoy it. I'm not a real big spec person. So when I say I think people are sleeping on this, I don't necessarily mean stack up on these copies so you can sell them and be rich. I'm saying it's a really good story. You should read it. And I think Maniac of New York is one of those. Proctor Valley Road. This is a book that is really good and you should be reading it, but I think a lot of people know about it. It's a fun little spook story. I've enjoyed it the first 2 issues. This is issue number 3. I don't know. I'm curious to see where it goes. It's a really interesting ghost story. Another book that I think people aren't getting but should read is Scout's Honor. But again, I say this every time it comes out. It's really good. It's a nice post-Armageddon story with some interesting twists. So highly suggest that. The Silver Coin number 2. Silver Coin 1 was great. It's a horror anthology, all revolving around us, from what I can tell, a silver coin. So in the first issue, a musician finds the coin and uses it as a pick, and magical things happen. Hauntingly magical things happen. So I think what this is going to be is every issue is a completely separate story, but it involves that same coin, which I think is a fun idea. I mean, I like horror anthology series, and having a single thread to tie them together is a great idea. Spider-Man Spider Shadow. What If Spidey story? Yes, please. The first issue was great. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think it's going to be really good. It's Chip Zdarsky, so it's really hard to go wrong with Chip. Spider-Woman continues to be great. I don't think it's like a must read. It's just it's a little break from the norm. I think. I mean, it's superhero-y, but I don't know. Jessica Drew has always sort of kind of been her own person and done her own thing. Yeah, she'll show up and she'll be in Avengers and things like that occasionally, but she's kind of a loner, and I think it makes for some interesting stories, and it's been good. So I have a number 1 here, Time Before Time. I don't remember what this is about. I had pre-ordered it, so it showed up today. You know, I love time travel stories. I'm guessing that's probably what it is. But, you know, I ordered it however many weeks ago or months ago or however it was, whenever it was solicited. The solicit must have intrigued me enough to get the number 1. We'll see. So this is Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, and Caligula's Safe. So this is a Bad Idea comic. This is a special Bad Idea comic. Not that all other Bad Idea comics aren't special, but this is one that was only for sale today. All of the stores that got these are supposed to only sell them today, and anything they don't sell, they have to send back. It's Bad Idea does weird stuff. I'm glad one of my local shops is stocking those, so I don't have to worry about hunting them down. You know, when I heard that they were doing the Bad Idea stuff, I just went in and said, just across the board, just sign me up for all of them. Just they seem fun, seems interesting. So I did go in today, so I did get my Caligula's Safe, which I believe is just a one-shot. Geiger number 2. Geiger one was fun. Jeff Johns. I think it's been a while since I read a Jeff Johns story. I can't remember the last thing I read by Jeff Johns, unless it was something that I just didn't realize at the time. But the first issue was great. Again, post-apocalyptic, nuclear warfare sort of thing triggers it all off. This guy gets changed and becomes like super crazy, superhero-y sort of whatever. But yeah, first issue was really good, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Another number 1, Silver City. It's Aftershock. It sounded hoary. I believe it's they're in the afterlife and getting accustomed to the afterlife, something like that. It was intriguing enough to pick up the number 1, so we'll see. Joker number 3. I love ongoing series or just series in general that the main character, the focus is villains. The Doctor Doom series from 2019, 2020 was really, really good. The first couple issues of Joker have been great. This has, I think, a backup story with Punchline, and those stories have actually been kind of fun. It's a good book. Been digging it. And Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man King's Ransom. So this is part of the story that's going on in Amazing Spider-Man. So if you are getting Amazing Spider-Man, you probably should pick up the Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man, if anything, just so the story continues. I think this maybe concludes it. I'm not sure. It'd be weird to have a special issue that doesn't conclude or start a story and be somewhere in the middle. But yeah, so I had to pick that up. Well, I mean, because it's Spider-Man, it's basically a Spider-Man annual, but it also continues that story, so that had to get picked up. And then one of my shops had this. I probably didn't need to get it. I mean, let's be honest, I don't need to get anything. But it was cool, so I picked it up. It's an ash can of Aliens, Predator, the Deadliest of the Species. It was shiny. I like shiny. It was sealed. These came numbered and sealed in like a little plastic thing. It looks kind of scratched up, but that's just the plastic casing because it is sealed, so it's not the actual ash can itself. But it looks, aside from like this as a whole um, has not been stored very well. What's inside looks pretty cool. So I actually probably crack this up and might send it in to get slabbed. Not because it's really worth anything, but I think it would look really cool slabbed and hanging up. So I might do that. We'll see. But that's it. Yeah, I mean it's I think it's hopefully one of those weird weeks where things just kind of piled up. I mean I did pick up a few number ones. I think a couple series or maybe limiteds are ending or at least getting close. It's just big weeks are going to happen now and then. But again, I think it all looks fun. So that's it. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the stuff that I'm getting? Are there any stories in here that in particular you think are really good? And the number ones that I picked up, were you looking forward to them or have you read them already? And what are your thoughts? Or anything that I didn't get that you think is worth checking out, let me know in the comments. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. And don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.